welcome to this podcast by Think Electric Africa. Today I'll be speaking on opportunity for youth development during and post-COVID in Nigeria. And I'll be speaking with Kehinde Odanye, who is an international development professional consultant. He has also had over 4 years experience in non-profit management. He is a 2019 African presidential leader under the auspices of the chairman of the African Union. Kehinde Odanye, you're welcome, please.
Yeah, thank you, sir, Mr. Tolope. It's a privilege for me to be on this platform to have an amazing section, especially on a topic involving youth and the pandemic. So my name is Kehinde Odanye once again, and as I said earlier, I am development practitioner with special interest in matters involving education, youth, and development in general. So thank you, sir.
So how did you get into this space?
It's really been I can remember there was a time when I was able to find a document, and then the document was explaining so much about what is happening in Africa, and that is the Africa Renewal. That is like a magazine that has been produced by the UN office, and talking so much about what they've done in Africa and some projects going on in Africa. So I saw the document and I read so much about it, and that was where the interest in development started generally, to be able to help in contributing towards the progress and development of Nigeria and the world at large.
So will you be interested in sharing us your journey so far?
Yes, of course. So far, while I graduated from the University of Ibadan, and my interest in development started in my third year, first semester, when I read this magazine and started knowing so much about what the UN does, especially in Africa. So at that time, what I tried doing was to research more on the project that were going on around me. And then I moved to join a school organization where I could actually try to bring in ideas that I gained internationally from people writing, from experts talking about ideas that could really be deployed at the grassroots level. So I tried joining these organizations to be able to bring in my solutions and to be able to bring in my expertise. So I was able to successfully participate in these organizations till the end of my studies in school. So after school, I started to go more international, and then started to attend several events and meet up with like-minded people to be able to connect, to be able to collaborate with them and share ideas. And so that is one of those things I've been doing till now, and then that is what brought me into the space of being able to meet up with people that could connect me more with bigger opportunities.
Okay, so are you saying this kind of opportunity is only meant for special people? I mean, how do other youths get into this same space and make use of the opportunity to develop themselves as well as being involved in the nation building?
One thing I know is that to be persistent and positive requires being intentional. So to being intentional about growth is one thing, to take action is another. So to be able to make it further, to be able to develop and to be able to claim this kind of opportunities, people need to not be only intentional, but also take actions. What do I mean? At the time I started learning about development, I was able to be strategic enough to understand what I really wanted. So that was where the intention came in. I knew what I wanted, and then I was failing at some things, but I failed consistently. I failed forward. So for people that don't, it's not really about money, because I didn't use most of these travels. I don't spend my money. I get funded. But along the side while I was failing, I was trying to develop competence. When it comes to putting out my ideas, I got better at it. When it comes to relating with people about my ideas, I got better. When it comes to trying to bring up solutions. I try to have a very good knowledge of what it can take to, bring up those kind of creative solutions. So getting better at all these things would actually help anybody to be able to harness the kind of opportunities it can bring. Because most people think this is not achievable. It is, because as people say, I didn't start as a professional. I started like a learner, but I was intentional and I was consistent and positive. So with those three things, I think achieving anything it's not a problem. It's just about being ready to achieve that. So people should continue to look out for these kind of opportunities on several platforms available, because information is power. We all know that. So if you have access to information, you use your information well, and then you connect with more people to be able to have access to more information. So information is one of those things that help me, not money. Information, persistence, and positivity.
Okay. Well, that's a very fantastic one. But now the landscape has changed. COVID-19 is here, and it has affected every facet of life. So, in your own words, with your own experience, what would you say is what are the opportunities for development during this period and post-COVID?
Okay. One of those things I would like to mention is well, the pandemic is actually a blessing in disguise for most people, if we try to see it critically and intrinsically from another angle. Looking at it right now, there are several platforms and several organizations that are ready to make some of their online courses for free. Some of them actually even waive participation fee for some trainings because of COVID. So if you look at this critically, you will see that it is possible for anybody to just want to take on a course, and it is another thing to have a reason why you're taking a course. The opportunity that lies in the COVID era is a way to be able to maximize platforms to be able to stay relevant. What do I mean by staying relevant? It is not just about learning alone. The World Economic Forum talked about 2020 skills in 2018, and they talked about the trend from 2018 to 2022. So we talked about things that will be changing in the world of work from 2018 to 2022. And then the World Economic Forum went into about 20 economies and 12 industry sectors to bring out skills that will be relevant for the future. So when people want to take courses, these are courses that should align with the skills of the future. 2022 skills are there that talks about, for instance, data science, artificial intelligence. We talked about all these skills, putting out old skills like data entry checks and some other old-fashioned way of doing things. Things are really changing so fast, and so how do people start to leverage on all these available platforms to stay relevant and to stay important? Is to maximize this COVID era that gives access to online learning courses, that give access to a lot of unlimited materials. One of those things. Secondly, when I talk about communication, there's an increased communication right now, and the access to several platforms to communicate is actually overwhelming, because a lot of people are now have more time to discuss, to talk, to teach so many cases or issues that you bring to them. So communicating directly with experts is another one to look at, because right now a lot of people want to talk to you about trend, what is going on. A lot of people want to use gadgets. A lot of people now have time to be using their apps very well. They have time to reply because they are at home. They are maximizing the power of technology to communicate. So one of those things people should look at is increased communication. And then another thing to look at specifically is when it comes to more localized actions. A lot of people are at home right now, and then we talked about being relevant. We talked about being a change agent, being a development professional. Everybody in one way is a development professional. An engineer is one, a doctor is one. Everybody is a development professional. So no matter what you do right now, looking more inward to create solutions is actually very important. And that is where the place of volunteering comes in. So volunteering within your vicinity is actually very important. What do? You're a writer, volunteer, write about what you are doing in your community. What do you do? You are a speaker. Speak to people in your community. Engage them. Talk to them about COVID. Talk to them about the how COVID is affecting some people's career. Talk to them about so many things you can, because if you look at it so well, these are the community actions that makes people well recognized for their works, because nobody get to say they want to make impact and then you are making impact internationally, why locally you are making no impact. So your local impact actually makes you global. So in one way, when we come about locally useful solutions with international relevance. Right now, people are looking for solutions, people are looking for ideas that are going to locally affect people, but they are internationally relevant. We see a lot of competition, we see a lot of activities coming on, and it is more to recognize people that have those ideas to affect people at the grassroots level. So it is an important thing to look inward, to actually look into community actions, because these are very important things that people need to critically get involved with, and then to really take cognizance notice of. And then another thing is, when we talk about all these aspects of becoming global, of maximizing opportunities, now I would like to state that maximizing opportunities per time is another thing. So it's only a healthy person that would actually claim some opportunities. I cannot overrule or underestimate some factors like power supply, like poor internet connection, and some things that people face. And we know these things are, as simple as they are, they can cause a big problem for some people who don't know how to bypass them. So one of those things people should look at very well is healthy life. When you're healthy enough, when you are strong enough, when you are mentally balanced, when you are mentally healthy enough, you will be able to take on these opportunities. You will be able to take on this task and these roles that can actually place you global. So these are some of the things people should look at during this era.
Okay, yeah. Well, I think we should start. Let me recap. You mentioned about different online courses. You mentioned about volunteerism. You
Yeah.
mentioned opportunity part time and other barriers to development. That is,
Yeah.
if we have to localize it, the issue of power interruptions, bad internet services, and all of that. But I want us to start pinpointing different opportunities that are available now. I don't know if you agree with me. During this COVID era, are there opportunities for youth?
Are there opportunities for youth? Is that the question?
During this era, during this
Yeah,
COVID
there are
era,
a lot of them. There are a lot of them.
a lot of
One
them.
of those, yeah, a lot of them.
Okay,
If I would state, they say people that bring up innovations and inventions that could really help reduce the pandemic. We see in the clinic that they use this pump that helps, this ventilator that helps COVID patients. They are looking for the cheapest ventilator with maximum effect. So they are looking for inventions that could really help to that can really help patients. So even if it's local, they don't need to take them international, since they have the required resources. So there are opportunities for engineers in this area. Now,
okay,
for people that tell stories, that for people that talk about what is going on, there are opportunities for people to write creative stories that will engage people and also educate them about the pandemic. Opportunities for storytellers.
okay,
During the pandemic, we also have opportunities for photographers. Photographs that could really tell stories and actually inform the world about what is going on. That is for photographers.
yeah,
We also have opportunities for educators. Educators that could come up with ideas, with innovations, that could come up with very good thinking about how to digitalize education. We all know right now that a lot of children are not going to school because of the pandemic, while
yeah,
some schools have actually started online learning. So how do we bring up ideas and initiatives that could really make equity in learning possible. What do I mean? For somebody who is crippled, who doesn't have access to go and attend a trade